So yesterday, right, I was like, all right, short term looked like we were dumping. Macro said, hey, we could be getting some more pumpage. So it's like, hey, we'll go down a little, and then we'll start popping up. Well, I was wrong. It just kept going down. It went quite a bit further than I thought it would. But let's check it out. Let's check it out.
It
You know,
hurts.
it
Don't
was yeah,
think about the
yesterday
price of
yesterday
ETH.
was right. And if you look, all it really did was come down and claim that vector candle. Right, we're looking at the daily, and now it looks like it could be starting to rebound. We're still holding on to our green momentum wave here on the kimono wave, right? So it's not as bad, right? It's not looking like total crud. But yesterday, it definitely broke down to levels that lower than I thought was gonna happen, right? Essentially, because I was, I was thinking like worst case scenario, this vector candle got consumed, and that's exactly what happened. Right, came down, wick down. Look how like almost beautifully exact that almost was. Like, let's get down here, get a
Beautifully
horizontal
exact.
line. Beautiful. I mean, look how it just wicked down, right down to the bottom of this candle. Starts to reject. We did have this candle here. I mean, dumped but got rejected. 4 hour does look like the wave's starting to come in on itself, so we could maybe be seeing some upward momentum. VWAP is trending up. Green wave, green money flow wave on the 4 hours still. So yeah, this dumpage, it stings. It sucks. But you know what? We have vector candle zones up here that we can say, hey, maybe we're gonna be claiming those here shortly. Let's go down a lower time frame on the 1 hour. Um, it's still, hey, higher lows right now. That's good. What you don't like to see is, well, okay, 50 VMA. Yeah, 50 moving average is above the 200. So I'm thinking that that's a bit more bullish mode. I'd be thinking there, you might have some better chances going long here on the 1 hour. Um, some downside is like, right, it broke down aggressively below the 50 EMA, and right now we're just trying to challenge it. And it looks like the 50 EMA could be crossing down below the 200 EMA in the 1 hour, which would be bearish, right? Which would be no good for the bullas. And right here on the 1 hour, it looks like our green wave is starting to crest, and we could be getting a overbought signal. So you know what? Hey, it kind of makes sense, right? It comes down below the 50 MA, challenges it, gets rejected. So that could be developing on the 1 hour. Sides up. See, we're getting a red dot right now. So this could be actually a decent short opportunity coming up on the 1 hour. Just because it's like, hey, there's confirmation. We tested the 50 EMA, right? What price like to do? Separate from the 50 EMA, return, separate, return, and break through, return, and let's don't go down lower. Um, so it's kind of like, when this whole pumpage was going on a few days ago and stuff, I was very, I was kind of just like, hey, this is great and all, but it seems like a trap, right? Seemed like a trap
Saying
to
that.
me. And guys, yeah, we could
I
just be
didn't
getting
want to
ready to
believe
go
you.
down lower. I
I
know.
wanted my ETH to keep going up.
Yeah, well, let's look at ETH here. Let's look at ETH. Not doing so hot. Oh yeah, so I was even just doing some trend lines here on a daily. I mean, you could see, right? We're just trending downward, right? I mean, it's just a downward trend right now. I mean, it is a range, right? We could just be expect to kind of just range in this area kind of deal. But it does look like it's downtrending still, right? It's just it's not doing so hot. And I have this horizontal line here because that's a level of some support here that we'd like to hold, but it looks like it's already starting to break. Yeah, look at that candle. So if this on a daily, if we get down here, then yeah, I mean, we might bounce off the trend line, or we could go below it, we would really like to hold this level because, again, remember ETH is still holding on. You know what? Let's get this chart crap out of the way. ETH is still holding on to like last year's lows, right? We're still bouncing off of this strong level of support, whereas Bitcoin has broken below that level of support. So I'm not yeah, will this hold? How many times can ETH challenge this level before it starts breaking? Um, we might get our answer soon. We might get our answer soon. I mean, here on the daily, you got to also look, like that money flow wave is really negative on the daily. Um, and if you think like it could take a while before that money flow actually starts coming back up. Um, so it could be down here for months. It really can. Um, and this wave right now on the daily looking like it could be turning red. I think Bitcoin looked the same here. RSI pointing down. So what you're really hoping for Bitcoin is to bounce off of this level at about what is that? 1700. Let's bounce at 1700. Let's hold that. Pray to whatever thing you believe in or whatever. If you believe in anything, do that because it needs to hold that, man, or else we're going to Goblin Town if it
Wow,
doesn't.
this is like this is very doomy sounding.
Well, it's we're in a bear market, man. It's just how we have to expect. For Bitcoin, it really has to hold 28K, right? We really want it to hold 28K because if we start treating 28K here, let's just go down to like what 20, yeah, let's just say call it that. Right, the price hasn't on the daily, right? The candles haven't started to close below that level. And that's we really want to hold that. Sure, price wick down there, wick back up, pick up a bunch of orders and whatnot. Market maker might want to get down to that price. I'm assuming, right? There's a bunch of liquidations and orders ready to be filled, stop losses to hit, all that kind of type stuff. So I'm anxious to see. Yeah, price looks like it's coming back to that level. What's going to happen? We could be like what I really want to see here. We'll see how today goes. Today's going to be a really interesting day. If we just get a doji here, that might be good. And then we start seeing prices, right? Maybe we're bouncing off of some support here from this consolidation from the last few weeks. And I just want to see it to get up here and get these vector candle zones is what I'd want to see. But it's just it's hard. It's really hard to sit here and see that it's going to get these before it comes down here. Daily, hey, we're still hanging. We're hopium here, right? We're still hanging on to that oversold signal, and let's hope that holds here for us. But if it doesn't, guys, yeah, I mean, it's looking. We're in a bear market, man. We were saying before, do we think 28's the bottom? Probably not,
Ouch.
right? We've been talking about what we think could be the bottom, and it's quite a bit lower. So, um, it really could be that this ride up is just picking up some more travelers before we start moving back
Great.
down here. Yeah.
Trapping more
Um,
traders, you mean, right?
yes, exactly, right. Because it doesn't. Yeah, it was a trap all along. And we kind of, and that's what I was saying, right? I was like, guys, look, if it breaks this trend line, be careful of the traps. Be careful of the traps. And here we are. Hopefully we're bouncing up. See, this is still right a bullish pattern. It breaks the trend line. What you want to see is it break trend line, come back and retest and reject off of it. We could be seeing that right now. That could be happening. It's just we got to see what happens today, and hope that, yeah, like I was saying, price kind of stays above this and we don't go down to Goblin Town, right? That's
Oh,
what we
man.
don't want to do.
I think we are already there, right? We're in. Well,
No.
we'll talk. We'll talk
No.
about.
No.
No, we're in
Like
derivative town.
if you hey, because right now, hey, if you bought at 60,000, you still have half your money. You could still get out with half your money. If
Oh,
you know what I
oh,
mean?
you're
But
not
it
talking
could
about
go
Goblin Town. You're
way,
talking
way,
about hell.
way lower, bro. Right. That's what I'm saying. Goblin Town, we're not
No,
there
you're
yet.
talking
We're
about
on our
you're
way.
talking about literal hell.
I'm
Okay.
talking about Goblin Town. Yeah, I'm saying we're still hitting off of supports and we're still in that area of hey, we could still hit all-time highs this year. That's where we're still at. That's what's crazy about crypto. It's like, yeah,
All-time
we
high,
dropped this
all-time
low,
low,
but
all-time
we're
high,
still at these
all-time low.
levels where we could still see
Manic.
all-time highs later this year. But at the same time, it's a different year than last year. You don't, it's
Do you have to be manic
anyways.
do you have to be manic to be in the space, or does the space turn you manic? I don't know. It's a question, maybe a philosophical question.
Oh, I don't know. That's a tomato question for me. It's
Oh,
like,
I see, I
who?
see. Still
So
floating
here,
sideways on the river Styx. Exactly, Dolph.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm thinking, right now, price is just hovering around open for almost everything, right? It's a lot of red, but barely, right? ETH is only down 1% right now. It could have an easy recovery. Right now, our biggest winner is Cardano, which is gross, 2% winner. It looks like, hey, we could be claiming that vector candle zone.
No,
But,
anything to
we
make
had a
that more
clean
secular.
rejection off that 50 EMA. Yeah, man, it's not looking good here. Waves starting to crest. But you know what? Well, let's take some hopium and say we're going to see some higher prices. Get this vector candle zone. This is just a
Derivative.
retest of the support or what was resistance, now a support, and we're going to be going up. That's the hopium today. We're just
Yes!
testing support,
We're
ladies and
going up!
gentlemen. We broke out. We broke out. We're coming back to test it, and we're going to reject it, and we are going up. That's my hopium.
Wow. Wow. That was a lot of
Uh,
hopium.
hey.
It's like an extreme amount of hopium there
I like
to
green
end
more
it.
than red, but I do
Oh, no.
honestly though I do like
Oh, no.
shorting more than do longing. It does just work out I just do better when I short. It's just like what goes up must come down. I think maybe it's a gravity thing. I don't know. I
Yeah,
really
it
do
could be.
better when
You're
I
right.
trade
It could be
short,
a
but
gravity thing. Yeah. You're just going with the
could
natural
be.
flow of gravity. I think
I just
that
think,
makes a lot of
well,
sense.
it's also the human psychology, like because all trading is just right. The market makers are playing off of human emotions. They know the strongest emotions in humans are fear and greed, and they're just playing off of those emotions constantly. And so the market makers here, like, right, it's just like, look at this, like, for example, on Cardano. It's like, yes, we're going up. We broke the trend. It's going to be awesome. But if you're watching this chart and you understand how moving averages work and you understand how the market maker needs to move the price up to the moving average just to correct itself, and to get people in, right, into the trades, and then they just sink it. They just tank it. And so many stop losses and everything are up here, right? That's another thing. If you're trading, don't make a stop loss, but don't actually put it into the order books, all right? Because they see that. They want that. All right.
Yeah. They'll hunt
Understand
your
this.
stop loss. Exactly.
Yes, yes, you will be hunted if you put your stop loss on an exchange. That's how it works, man. So it's
Matt starts
like I said,
grabbing his mic. I love that. Shows
hope
his
it.
passion.
I'm
Starts
just trying to get the hopium today. We are bouncing off of support. That's what we're
totally. And then
doing.
we're going to the moon.
We're going to the moon.
Okay. Well, I think you're cut off from the charts. I think you're cut off
All
from the
right.
charts.
I was gonna look
You've
at
gone too
Soul
far. Okay, let's look at
just
Soul.
to
Let's look at
just because
Soul.
we were
Just the left.
talking about it
Okay.
earlier
Okay,
and
let's look
how
at Soul.
it just doesn't. Soul, well, like we were just looking at a lot of the tokens, right? And how they broke out of their trends, and right now they've dropped back down and testing those levels. Soul didn't have that luck of breaking out of any trends. In fact, it just kept trending downward. And it definitely, dude, it looks like to me we're just gonna be keep making lower lows. We have vector candle zones down here. Doesn't look good for Sol at all. So some of these tokens, right? They look like, hey, they broke through trends. They come down to come test it. Let's see if they get rejected. Sol is really like, okay, maybe if anything, I expected to come up, challenge the trend, and then come back down. You know, so yeah, it's Sol's not looking so hot. Well, we gotta do Ape Watch real quick. Ape,
Wait,
you
Kenza's
haven't
asked, can you highlight the portion of Sol where it was non-functional?
all day yesterday.
Look at the entire candle yesterday.
The whole candle, whole red candle. No, that is interesting. And let me just go back real quick
It
and
would be
see.
interesting maybe in the hourly or yeah, I think that's you're on the daily, right? Maybe check like the
Um,
hourly, see what that looked like yesterday. Well, it was probably just going down, I'm guessing, yesterday.
well, yesterday was actually it actually challenged. Well, okay, so wait, was yesterday the
It was
30?
like
No,
yesterday
yesterday was the
afternoon.
first.
Yeah.
It was the first
It
yesterday,
was
right?
afternoon. Oh yeah, so
Yeah.
that you
So
can see when it hit because it just craters in the afternoon there.
yeah, I mean, it came up, challenged the 50 MA, and then just tanked. So we're doing a little pump again,
Gosh, it was
challenging the
flirting
50
with the
MA.
50 was flirting with the 200. It was flirting. The price was flirting with the 50.
It
Things were
wanted
looking
to.
potential, and
Yeah,
then
look at
the
this.
network goes
Yeah,
down.
look at this. Yeah, it was bouncing. Hey, we're in a bullish
It was
mode.
trying
And
so
see,
hard.
this is the trend, right? This is the moment where all the other tokens, not all the other tokens, okay, don't take that. But a lot of the tokens that we're looking at, ETH and Bitcoin, ETH, yeah, not as much, but Bitcoin especially, right? We broke through the trend. We broke through it. That's what Solana was supposed to do. It was supposed to break the trend and challenge it and then keep moving up. But instead, it challenged it and just tanked, man. I'm not bullish at all on Sol. Yeah, I'm just
Can't
yeah,
imagine why.
rug Lana there. All right, Ape though. I've been trading Ape a lot lately. Yep, as you can see, I have all these levels and stuff everywhere. Um, and what is it doing today? I haven't looked at it at all this morning. Gosh, get this drawer out of the way. I mean, this hour, what am I on? Hourly? Yeah, this
Yeah.
doesn't look too good, guys.
Looks
It's
like
50 is still
Solana.
under the it does. No, it does. It does. It really does. Um, yeah, I mean, it really it really tried to get over here. 50 MA really wanted to try to cross the 200, but it just couldn't, right? Came back and challenged one last time and just tanked. Um, now we're coming back up just like Solana, challenging and like 1 hour forming an overbought signal. So, I mean, I would be a little bit because right now, if you shorted based on this signal, right, it hasn't printed yet. For one thing, if
Yeah.
you're trading on the kimono wave, if you're
Wait for
using
the
the
signal to
signals,
print.
wait for the
Yeah.
signal to print. Because it's gonna time. It
It'll
might
flash.
might repaint for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, so and right now you are at like a level of you're at support right now. So I would kind of wait for a little bit more confirmations, go on the lower time frames, see if it starts breaking support. Lower time frames, what's going to happen is it's going to break support, come back and challenge it. And if it doesn't and it rejects off that challenge, that would be your entry, right? And you see confirmation on the 1 hour that there's going to be an oversold or overbought signal, boom, that's a solid short. Happy days, lower prices.
Happy
Um,
days.
but we'll see, man. We'll see. This doesn't look good though. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good, but at the same time, you could be. I don't like shorting support. Like when it's at support, I don't like to do that. What I would
Yeah.
like to do. I probably would have had an order up here. It probably would have front me right, and I'd be all pissed off. I missed that short. But at this point, right now, you're kind of like I'm not. I don't want. You don't want to short it here because you're diddling in the middle or two, right? Because you're just in the middle of this range. So
Oh
that's
boy.
this one's. I'd wait for more
Okay.
confirmations on lower time frames to see what's going to be happening. And on the daily on Ape, yeah, we printed yesterday this overbought
Oy.
signal.
Oy.
Um,
Ugh.
Yeah, it all looks bad.